And welcome back to Lily Field for the start of Game 2 here between the California Vulcans and the Clarion Golden Eagles. Once again, I'm Gary Smith, joined by my camera operator, James Anderson, up in the press box. Excited to bring you Game 2 here. California winning Game 1 by the score of 7-2. In the circle for the Vulcans here in Game 2, Megan Naito. Coming into the season, she has a 7.51 ERA, 1-5 record. But we'll see if she can benefit from some of the Vulcan offensive explosion in game number 1. Again, doubleheader here in the PSAC West. Looking at the lineup, looks like leading off for the Golden Eagles will be Alexis Valencia, Jordy Best, Emily Buchenleiter, Delaney Davison, Desi Allen, Haley Remy, Brooke Dobson, Annika Smith, and Catherine O'Hora. So it looks like Dobson, the only different name. As we're set to go here in game number 2. So the first pitch from Naito, taken for a ball. Naito, the left-handed pitcher, in the circle for the Vulcans. You can see the sun starting to set here at Lily Field. 1-0. Nice pitch. Off-speed inside and a strike for the Vulcan hurler. Both teams trying to fight for playoff position here, so every game is important in the PSAC. 1-1 pitch, check swing, body check, and a ball. Valencia put on a full stop there. As you can see some of the cars backing in here at Lily Field. 2-1 pitch, high and nowhere near the zone. And that'll bring up a 3-1 count. So we saw in game 1, California walking a few batters in the first inning led to 2 Clarion runs, but that was all the offense for the Golden Eagles. So script looking very similar right here, is 3-1 count. And that will almost graze Valencia, but it does not. That'll be a walk. And the first batter on for the Golden Eagles. So that'll bring up the catcher, Jordy Best. Best, the diminutive backstop for the Golden Eagles, facing the left-handed hurler for the Vulcans. First pitch, strike. Catches the outside corner for a get-ahead pitch for Naito. Naito coming into this game, 13 appearances, 3 starts, 45.2 innings pitched. Struck out 10, walked 20. Naito's second pitch, high and I think just high. I don't think it was outside or inside. Just high and a ball. That's the 1-1 count. Runner on first. Naito dropping the ball. Almost a Johnny Cueto moment there from 2013 postseason. Bunt laid down right in front. Throw to first, and sacrifice is successful. Good job of the Vulcan second baseman, Ochtemeyer, covering first base to get the out. So they'll bring up number 13, Emily Buchenleiter. So 1 out, runner on second. Naito, steal attempt. Oh, and the throw goes off the batter into left field, and the run will come home. So a very painful first run for the Golden Eagles, as the runner came all the way around to score on that, as McCutcheon, the throw ended up going into left field. So the bases are now empty. So the count says 0-1. See what it is exactly. It is 1-1, so I was behind on the scoreboard. So Clarion getting ahead for the second time in 2 games. Pitch low and outside for a ball. Vulcan Leitner, the junior. And there's the pitch and a ball. So Naito having a hard time finding the zone here to start game 2. 3-1 count. And there's the pitch. Swung on right at Jaron, so allowed out number 2. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Delaney Davison. But Jaron doing a great job of just staying in front of that hot shot off of the bat of Vulcan Leitner. So California, Naito just fighting off of the ropes there, to use a boxing reference. First pitch low, but she has fallen behind every batter so far. One 0 count. Ball 2. So Davidson, the cleanup hitter, and you'll see on a graphic later coming into this doubleheader, a big offensive leader for the Golden Eagles. Ball 3. So 3-0 count facing Naito. There's the 3-0 now. Low. So another walk issued by the Vulcan hurler. And that'll bring up the number 5 hole hitter, Desi Allen. Allen missed a home run by a matter of about 8 inches as it hit off of the center field padding here at Lilly Field. Luckily for the Vulcans, her double did not result in a run, as it was a 2-out double, or 1-out double. Either way, she didn't come in to score. And the pitch, ball high. So runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the 1-0. Low. So Naito struggling rather mightily here in the top of the first. Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. So Naito getting one back. Naito's 2-1 pitch. That is high and deep to left, and that is going to be gone off the batting cage. So a home run for the Golden Eagles. And it will be a 3-0 lead as Allen just annihilated that to left field. And now the Vulcans trail 3-0. Now that was a blast to left field. That went off of the batting cage in left field. And that will bring up the 6th batter of the inning, Haley Remy. Naito coming into this game with a 7.51 ERA. Adding to that right here in the top of the first. So 3 runs on 1 hit. First pitch rolls it up there. And Naito looks down, and she's struggling a little bit in the circle for the Vulcans. Looks like we have a couple people Moving into the Vulcan bullpen to my right. One-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. So Nido's been behind in every batter, I believe, in this ball game. The sun's starting to set in the pitcher's eyes here. Be about an inning and a half before there's the pitch going to be fouled to the left. But about an inning and a half before the sun goes behind the press box and out of the eyes of the pitcher. Center fielder will have to deal with it for a few more innings after that, but it kind of sets directly behind here. This field was built a long time ago and kind of grandfathered in, not having to adhere to the traditional north-south, so the sun kind of sets in the west and right in the pitcher and center fielder's eye. So 2-1 count. Ball 3. On deck is Brooke Dobson. Should Remy get on base here and extend the inning? Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul. Loud foul into the bullpen for the Golden Eagles. So the Golden Eagles have all kinds of momentum right now. So full count. See if Nido can limit damage. And there's another foul ball down the left. See if there's a play on it, and it will get to the corner and foul. Good effort by the Vulcan left fielder Fiorelli, but ran out of room. So we're going to redo this, 3-2. Go full count. Golden Eagles have scored 3 here in the top of the first. Payoff pitch in the dirt. Another walk here for Nido and the Vulcans, and that'll bring up Brooke Dobson.
At the Clarion, number 7, Brooke Dobson.
Is now interim head coach Nikki Yanchuk will go and talk to her charge as, again, look, some players scramble to get warm in the Vulcan bullpen, but Dobson will be the 7th batter to face Nido here in game number 2 in the top of the first. So you got a runner on first, and if you're just joining us, leadoff walk came around to score on kind of a weird steal attempt to third. The ball, I couldn't tell if the catcher McCutcheon hit the batter. I don't think there was any contact, or else there would have been interference called, but the ball squirted into the left field and the runner came home to score for the first run, and then Desi Allen hit a monster shot to left center field. A 2-run shot to give Clarion their second and third runs. So now at back, Brooke Dobson. There's the pitch in the dirt. Nido stalking around. Followed behind the batter, 1-0. 1-0 pitch. Ball 2. So Dobson emerging from the shadow of the press box here as the sun starts to set. Again, I think we're going to get a few innings under the lights here at Lilly Field. Here's the 2-0 from Nido. Ball 3. Should Dobson extend the inning, Annika Smith, the junior right fielder, will come up to bat. And here's the 3-0. Ball 4. So another ball, another walk. 2 batters now for the Golden Eagles. Annika Smith now.
Number 9, Annika Smith.
Smith having a chance now for the Golden Eagles to maybe extend this lead. And there's the pitch. Didn't think the Vulcan infield was kind of ready there as the right side was kind of looking over. First pitch was a strike, and lucky for them, no swing was on as Annika Smith might have had an easy base hit there. 0-1 pitch. Swung on, hit into left center. That's going to get down and score a run, at least one. One run comes home. Another run's going to be waved around. 2-run double for Annika Smith and give the Golden Eagles 2 more. It's 5-0 here in the top of the first. That'll bring up Ahoro, and that might be the end of the day for Megan Naito as coach Nikki Yanchek coming back out. So 5 runs on 2 hits. Runner on second is the responsibility of Naito. So Coach Yanchek talking to the man in blue. Lengthy delay here is trying to figure out who's coming in for the Vulcans. With this delay, might be multiple substitutions coming in, or maybe position changes or whatnot, as Coach Yanchek still talking to the man in blue. 5 runs here in the top of the first for Clarion. Now the ump's going to convey the information to official score Matt Kiefer.
30 for 22.
So Naito's coming off out of the circle. And it looks like number 5, Caitlin Ochtemeyer, will come into the circle to try and limit the damage. So you're going to have a new center fielder for the Vulcans. Again, can't really tell with the white on white number scheme that the Vulcans wear. But Ochtemeyer will be
California, number 5, Caitlin Ochtemeyer.
In the circle, trying to get one last out. Again, got a couple players warming up in the bullpen, so we'll see if Ochtemeyer will go a few innings here or just trying to get out of this inning.
California, number 30, Lexi Hasbro.
And Lexi Hasbrook will be the Vulcan going into the outfield. So we saw Ochtemeyer earlier in the year pitching a game here at Lilyfield, so not a stranger to the circle, but still kind of odd to see her in there, not primarily a pitcher. 5 runs, 3 hits in the 2/3 of an inning for Naito. And again, the runner at second, Annika Smith, is her responsibility as well. So stepping into the box to be the first batter against Ochtemeyer will be number 2, the 9th batter of the inning, Catherine Ahoro. So the first pitch, ball. So ball low and in the dirt. So 1-0 pitch, ball 2. And should Ahoro extend the inning, they'll flip the lineup over to a scorer's nightmare where the 10th batter of the inning comes up with Valencia. 2-0 pitch. Ball 3. Just misses on the inside, so another 3-0 count faces the Vulcan hurler. First batter face for Ochtemeyer. And here's the 3-0. And ball 4. So runners on first and second, and the lineup flips over. And it will be Valencia. So Valencia will get her second bat of the first inning. She started this off with a walk and eventually came home to score on a steal that went awry for the Vulcans. First pitch, ball high. So Ochtemeyer coming out into the circle. 5 straight balls to greet the Clarion opposition. Here's the 1-0. And there's a strike. So evens the count at 1 apiece. Runner on first and second here. Something the Gap might get 2 home with 2 outs. They'll be running on contact. Pitch high and away, ball 2. So Valencia steps back in ahead of the count, 2-1. Slapped right at Jaron. Jaron throws over to first, and after 10 batters, the Vulcans finally get out of the top of the first inning. So while we have a chance, let's take a look at the tell the tape coming into this game. And again, with the time between games short, this is the tell the tape from before the first game of the doubleheader. It gives you an example of what each team is bringing into this afternoon's doubleheader. California leading a little in average. On base is in favor of Clarion. Everything's pretty even, and again, both these teams are fighting in the middle of the PSAC West. And
Game 2 starting pitcher for Clarion, number 16.
Number 16, Emma Hips for the Golden Eagle. First pitch going to the backstop of her warm-up, and Hips, one of the leaders, and we'll see in a graphic later on, one of the leaders in pitching categories for the Golden Eagles. Hips, a junior, 2-8 record coming in to this contest. Has kind of a funky delivery. A little bit of a hitch in the giddy-up, if you will. Leading off for the Vulcans, Carolina Fiorelli, Brianna Sursevic will be batting second. Back behind the plate in game number 2 is 33, Amara McCutcheon. Then Michaela Jaron at third. Michaela Schlosser at first. Caitlin Ochtemeyer started the game at second and then is now on in the circle. Shortstop Jenna Hollerich. Designated player in game number 2, Kira Davis, getting her first action of the afternoon. And then right fielder, sophomore Alexa Daniels. So stepping up to play here for the Vulcans, trying to cut into that 5-run deficit. Carlia Fiorelli. Fiorelli had a pretty good first game. So for California, would love nothing more than to get a couple runs and start feeling a little bit better after that top of the first. So first pitch is ball inside to Fiorelli. So 1-0 count. High, ball 2. Fiorelli steps back out, readjusts. Enjoyable striping on her back. Kind of looks like a barber's pole on one side. Ball 3. So both pitchers finding the strike zone here in the top and bottom of the first a little difficult. 3-0. Ball 4. So leadoff walk for the Vulcans. That'll bring up number 2 hitter Brianna Sursevic.
Next at bat, number 14, Brianna Sursevic.
So Sursevic, the left-handed batter, will step back in here. First pitch taking, first strike of the game here for Emma Hips. So Sursevic stepping out, stepping back in, trying to maybe throw Hips off the rhythm again. Actually might be looking at the center fielder again. You can see glove going up to shield the eyes. Big swing and a shot to right field, first hit, and you're going to have runners on first and second here for the Vulcans. Little change up inside that Sursevic was able to turn on. And then I'll bring up Amara McCutcheon, Vulcan leader in home runs. And near the lead. Now she's third on the team in RBIs with 15, but leads the team in home runs. So McCutcheon could put a big dent in this lead. First pitch inside, taken for a strike. McCutcheon, the daughter of former Vulcan standout offensive lineman Tim McCutcheon. Played on some great teams. 0-1 pitch. Tap towards short, taken, throw over to second. Not going to get two. Get the middle runner out. So hard to get a double play in softball. Players are so fast and the bases are so close, but good job of getting one. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Michaela Jaron. Jaron, the freshman, batting .338 coming into this game, has started 22 of 26 games that she has appeared in. And 11 RBI, so a chance here with one out. She quickly swings, sends one to center field. Back goes the center fielder, drops it. One run will come home, but that's the only advances. McCutcheon kind of had a hold up to see if that ball was caught, but the Vulcans will get their first run of the game by way of a error in center field. And that'll bring up Michaela Schlosser. And again, that's something we talked about, or I talked about, not we, unless you're talking back to your screen, that a couple innings you're going to see the sun going right into the center fielder and pitcher's eyes. And I think that's definitely a sun-aided play right there. Schlosser's first pitch swinging, foul tip for a strike. So Vulcans 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. Clarion 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. So Vulcans trying to chip back at that 5-1 or 5-0 deficit. Hips, nice little changeup on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2. So Schlosser waits. Swung on and popped high into the air. No one touches it. Infield fly rule, I think, was in effect anyhow, so doesn't really matter except for a little bit of comedy for us watching. And that'll be the second out. And that'll bring up Caitlin Ochtemeyer. So now that I can reset the scoreboard here, runners on first and second, 2 outs. First pitch to Ochtemeyer, taking on the outside part of the plate for a strike. Ochtemeyer started the game at second, now in the circle. Or end of the first inning of the circle. Not sure if she'll start in the circle or not. Ground ball, and that's going to get through. Bases are now loaded. Stop sign was held up to McCutcheon. Don't know if she would have got home as that ball was not sharply hit into left field, and left fielder was coming back up. And that'll bring up Jenna Hollerich. So Hollerich coming into this game, 272 average, 1 home run, 12 RBIs. Definitely has the power to tie this game up. Pitch taken low for a ball. So Hollerich stepping back in. So both starting pitchers struggling here. 1-0. Ball 2. Hollerich will be more than happy to take an easy RBI with a walk. If she extends the inning, that'll bring up Kira Davis in her first action of the afternoon, freshman from Connellsville. Hollerich fouls one back over top of me. That'll be her first strike. The umpire was a little bit behind. Catcher had to correct him. So he said it was 1-2. Catcher was like, what's going on? So it's really 2-1. Now it's 3-1. Good job of Best blocking that. As that would have gotten to the backstop, and I believe McCutcheon would have scored on that and runners would have advanced. So put a little star next to that if the Vulcans aren't able to score here with a 3-1 count. Pitch. Ball 4. And the Vulcans inch a little closer, 5-2. Hollerich getting a RBI with the walk. And they'll bring up Kira Davis coming into this game, 208 average. Started 14 of 22 games, 10 RBIs and 2 home runs. So, again, if you love offense, this is the place to be right now as the Vulcans have a chance to get back into this game. Ball 1. Bases loaded. Clarion scoring 5 runs in the top. California scratching back 2. 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. The culprit against both teams is the old Pirate broadcaster, Bob Walk. As both teams struggling with the free passes. Davis takes a strike. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Nice pitch. Little keyhole pitch is hit. Put that pitch right underneath Davis's hands, and nothing she could do. If you're not looking for that pitch out and you try and swing, all you can do is just either pop it up or put it straight down. Nothing's going to happen. 1-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Step on the plate, and that'll end the inning. But the Vulcans get 2 back. We'll be back after 1 full inning. California trails Clarion by the score of 5-2. You're watching Vulcan softball right here on CUTV Sports 1, PSAC Digital Network, and CUTV Cablecast.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lily Field as we have a pitching change, I believe, for the Vulcans. Looks like number... No, it's still Octomine, never mind. There's several players in the circle right there conferring, but it will still be Caitlin Octomeyer. She came in and pitched 1/3 of an inning, got the last out. Limited the damage. That'll bring up the number 2 hitter, Jordy Best, for the Golden Eagles. Again, you can see on our screen there that the shadow's slowly creeping across, so probably about another inning before the pitchers get relief from the sun, another inning and a half after that before the outfielders do. So, pitch taken outside for a ball. Again, busy afternoon with Vulcan softball doubleheader here at Lily Field. Baseball is at EQT Park. There's another ball on the outside, so 2-0. The Vulcans get I believe a 15, they won, I believe it was 15-12, but I think it was actually more than that. But a win for the Vulcans in a 9-inning game at EQT Park. Ball 3 on the inside. Tennis, I know, was competing on the other side of Roadman Park, but not sure what the result was of that. Tennis team winning 10 matches for the first time in over a decade, so congratulations to Coach Onfer and her squad as there's ball 4. And that'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Emily Buchnider, and that'll bring out Coach Yanchek, and I believe she is going to make another change or ask the man in blue what her options are. Again, there have been a couple players warming up in the bullpen for the Vulcans to our right. So again, with a conversation this long must means going to try and make a change, move players back around. And she will go out to the circle. And that'll bring, I believe, if I heard the umpire correctly, number 6, Taylor Babcock, will be coming in to pitch. And it will be Taylor Babcock. So the third Vulcan hurler here in an inning. So Babcock, the right-hander, wearing the knee brace on her left knee. So Nido started, gave up 5. And then Octomeyer came in, faced got one out and then faced a batter. She's responsible for the run on first. She's going to move back over to her home at the Keystone sack of second base, and Babcock will come in for some action here in game number 2. As the lights start to warm up here at Lilly Field. Don't get to enjoy very many night games here at Lilly Field. Used to play a lot more of them, but schedule's being crazier anymore, and also it gets kind of cold at night here until about May, so kind of tough to play under lights. Beautiful night here. It's a little chilly, but the wind is not bad, so not nearly as brutal as it was a couple days ago. First pitch from Babcock in the dirt, and gets by McCutcheon, and will be a ball and an advance. Not sure if that'll be ruled a wild pitch or a pass ball, but that's a 1-0 count, so Clarion has a chance to get one of those 2 runs back. With a 1-0 bunt attempt taken back, and that's going to be a ball. Clarion trying to get that runner over from second. So the 2-0. Nice pitch on the inside. So Babcock gets her first strike of the ball game. So 2-1 pitch. Ball outside. 3-1. Hitters count. Both teams are helping the other team's offenses out. Their on-base percentage numbers for sure in this second game. 3-1. Taken right at the letters for a strike. Bookleitner trying to maybe buy that ball for a little sly grin goes across her face. Full count here. Babcock. Ground ball through the hole, and that will score a run. Throw will not be in time, as that will be the 6th run for the Golden Eagles. RBI single for Emily Bookleitner and makes the score 6-2. That ball was not hit especially hard, but hard enough to get through the infield. Had some speed at second base, so that'll bring up the 4-hole hitter, Delaney Davison. She'll take first pitch for a ball. And Davison, one of the leaders for this Clarion team in offense. Babcock looking in. So that run will be charged to Ochtemeyer, who had the rare misfortune of walking the batter over and then watching the RBI go past her as the ball was hit to her right. It's too far out of her reach to do anything. So 2-0 count to Davison. Rise pitch taken outside, ball 3. So Babcock looking a little frustrated. Again, a couple pitchers still warming up for the Vulcans. Here's the 3-0. Strike catches the outside part of the plate. 3-1 count. So the 3-1. Hit hard at the second base. Throw over. And a 4-6-3 double play for the Vulcans. And how about that? Twin killing for the price of 1. And as I mentioned before, it's tough to get a double play, but Ochtemeyer to Hollerich over to Schlosser. See if that gets a little bit of spark for the Vulcans. And that'll bring up Desi Allen. Desi Allen absolutely annihilated a ball in the first inning. So definitely a player California's Babcock wants to pay attention to. That ball hit high off of the batting cage and left. But a beautiful double play by the Vulcans. Gets a little bit of pep back in the step. 0-1 pitch taken outside, ball. Evens the count at 1. Here's the 1-1. Nice pitch. Froze her on the inside. Babcock putting it right in that spot under the wrist where can't really do anything unless you're looking for it there. So chance to get out of this inning now. 1-2 pitch. Slapped right back through the middle. Hard hit ball, and that'll be a base hit. The 5th of the game for the Golden Eagles, and the 2nd for Desi Allen in this contest.
Now batting for Clarion, number 14, Haley Rooney.
And that'll bring up the designated player, Haley Remy. And Babcock putting her hand up in instinct there. I don't know if she saw that ball come off the bat. First pitch outside ball. You can see there on our camera shot the shadow's starting to creep, but the player with the strength of Allen, that could have been bad. 1-0. Right at the letters for a strike. Evens the count at 1. So Remy steps back in. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to short, taken by Hollerich, underhands to the second baseman Ochtemeyer, and that'll win the top of the 2nd. So the Golden Eagles get a run back, score 6-2. While we have a chance, let's take a look at what the PSAC West standings were coming into this game again. With not a lot of time and a lot of work between games, could not update these. This gives you an idea where teams were at the beginning of the day. See, Clarion will now be coming into this game 4-5, 8-17 overall. California would have improved to 3-6, 6-23 overall. Everyone's chasing right now IUP and Slippery Rock, both teams 7-1. IUP has the better overall record, and then right behind there, Gannon. Seton Hill, unfamiliar position right there. They're usually towards the top, so watch them trying to come back. And then Edinburgh, California, and Pitt Johnstown, California, and Edinburgh. I believe split a doubleheader here a few weeks ago. I know we were here for it. I know it was cold, and I can't remember what the results was. I know California won one. Don't know if they won them both, but I do remember it was cold. So that'll bring up the top of this, or excuse me, the bottom of the 2nd inning here. Leading off for the Vulcans is number 36, Alexa Daniels.
36, Alexa Daniels.
We'll see if Emma Hips will have settled down a little bit now with a 4-run lead reestablished. Ball taken inside. (1-0). Foul tip into the mitt. Looked like Hips took a little bit off of that, and Daniels unable to catch up. (1-1) count. Fly ball lifted to left center field, going back and making the catch. So that'll be the first out of the game, or excuse me, the inning.
Now batting,
And that will bring up Carlina Fiorelli. So Fiorelli gets her 2nd at bat of the game. Nice pitch on the inside. So left-handed Fiorelli. See if she can get this offense started with 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Hips brought a little bit more velocity there to that pitch, and Fiorelli unable to catch up. Ground ball to short, fielded throw over to first, and there's an out. Throws a little bit high, but a good job of Desi Allen to haul that in, and that'll bring up the number 2 hitter for the California Vulcans, Brianna Sursevic. Sursevic trying to extend this inning. First pitch, ball low and in the dirt. Sersevic had a good first game. Swung on and popped it down the left field line. Enough room, and that will end the inning. So the Vulcans go quietly in the bottom of the second. So after 2 full here at Lilly Field, the Clarion Golden Eagles lead the California Vulcans by the score of 6-2. We'll be right back. You're watching Vulcan Softball on the PSAC Digital Network, CUTV Sports 1, and the CUTV family of networks.
The Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference celebrates the athletic and academic excellence of its student athletes. Last year, over 4,000 achieved at least a 3.25 GPA to earn recognition as a PSAC Scholar Athlete. Athletically, over 70 PSAC teams qualified for the NCAA championships. Champions on the field, champions in the classroom, making the PSAC proud.
Listen to the sounds of Booker T and the MGs, the Green Onions, staple at baseball and softball parks all across America. And that'll bring up Brooke Dobson to lead off the inning for the Clarion Golden Eagles. Dobson did not play in game 1, has already made her presence felt here in game 2. Clarion leading 6-2. First pitch from the Vulcan hurler Taylor Babcock misses for a ball. 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error for the Golden Eagles. 2 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Vulcans. Here's the 1-0. Nice pitch on the outside. For a strike, evens the count at 1. So Babcock, the third pitcher for the Vulcans. Naito starting, got chased after 5 runs. Ochtenmeyer came in for 1 out, and then 1 batter in the second, gave up a run. And there's a pitch taken by the shortstop, throw over to first, and the out is recorded. Good job of fielding that is Schlosser. And that'll bring up Annika Smith. And after Ochtenmeyer went back to play second base, the Vulcans turn to Taylor Babcock. So Annika Smith now stepping in, number 9 for the Golden Eagles. Junior. Pitch misses her for a ball. Drawing some yells from the Clarion dugout. So here's the 1-0. Check swing, holds up. 2-0's the count. McCutcheon looking in, trying to get the pitch from the Vulcan dugout. Here's the 2-0. Hit into center field, and a nice running grab by Sersevic, and that's 2 outs now here in the top of the third. Wasn't sure if that ball was hit hard enough to get to Sersevic, but she did a good job of getting on that horse, galloping in, and getting the out. So that'll bring up Caitlin O'Horo, second baseman, the senior for the Golden Eagles, number 9 hitter in this lineup. Swinging on the first pitch, throwing it foul for a strike. Wind starting to freshen. Feels like it's blowing in from left center towards the batters. So here's the 1-0, or excuse me, the 0-1. Hit into right field, coming on, making the catch. Another good running play, Alexa Daniels, and 1, 2, 3 go the Golden Eagles. So while we have a chance, let's take a look at some of those promised team leaders. Again, these are stats coming into this doubleheader. Just gives you a idea of what is going on in both teams' lives. McCutcheon was leading in average OPS, home runs. 2 players for the Vulcans had 25 hits, not W players. Davison, you see, for the Golden Eagles, and Buchenleitner leading everything for their perspective. We will go over the pitching stats right now. Bayon, who pitched a gem in game 1 for the Vulcans. Then Babcock, we see her now. And then Hips and Pericardis for the Golden Eagles, and Babcock coming into this game out of relief. So California trailing 6-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd. See if they can kind of claw back into this afternoon's nightcap. Again, the lights have come on here at Lilyfield. And that'll bring up Amara McCutcheon coming into this game, batting .350 for the Vulcans. 21 hits, 4 home runs, 15 RBIs. Had a plum opportunity in her first at-bat with some runners on. Here's the first pitch. Off speed, catches the outside part. And Hips pulled the string on that one. McCutcheon, I think, was sitting fastball, and if that was a fastball, that ball might still be flying, but the off-speed froze her, and 0-1 count. Here's the 0-1, low and inside for a ball. Again, McCutcheon, the first game was not behind the dish. She was DHing. Ball 2. Bailey Bertani was doing the honors behind the plate. McCutcheon back to her normal spot as the Vulcan backstop. 2-1 count. Foul ball. That might hit me in the tent. Goes right over top of my head. Evens the count at 2 apiece. No, the odds of the ball going through the tent are slim, but I also know how old this tent is, and I also know how old I am, so I don't like those odds or that math. 2-2, change up outside. Full count now to the leadoff hitter for the Vulcans here in the bottom of the 3rd. Hips trying to get the first batter out here. Swung on. Off the hands, out of play, and we'll reset. That looked like a fastball that just kept riding inside. So there's the ground ball. Foul ball, just foul. I thought maybe McCutcheon was able to get that right inside of the 3rd base bag. So the full count. Hit high and deep to left. Going back, looking up, and see ya later. Amara McCutcheon, solo shot here, and the Vulcans get one back. And it's 6-3. Amara McCutcheon with a laser beam moonshot. And that'll be her 5th of the year. And that will get the Vulcans 1 run closer. So McCutcheon clearing the left field fence. Her 2nd home run we've seen of the game. And that'll bring in Michaela Jaron. So Jaron, the cleanup hitter for the Vulcans. See if she can keep this going. As our camera 1 operator for game number 2 has arrived after his radio show, Hunter Garman, noticing I'm sharing a Coke with Hunter. Coca-Cola doing their promotion. I found his name. Ground ball through the left side, base hit. So the Vulcan offense is starting to rev up. And that'll bring up number 55, Michaela Schlosser. So Schlosser, big smile on her face, trying to keep this going. And I kind of mentioned it on that double play that the Vulcans turned. Sometimes defense can lead to those bats really starting to come alive. First pitch taking ball. Again, 5 runs in the top of the first for Clarion, then 2 runs for the Vulcans at the bottom of the first, then 1 for Clarion at the top of the second, and Cal getting their 3rd run here so far in the bottom of the 3rd. Pitch taken inside for a ball. Runs the count to 2-0. Wind's starting to blow in and cool off a little. Here's the sun starting to go down here on top of the hill. Nice pitch on the outside. Looked like it had a little bit of out action going, is moving away from the batter but staying in the strike zone. So 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ball inside, so hitters count now for a very dangerous hitter, Schlosser. Schlosser coming into this game hitting just a few ticks south of the 300 mark, but 21 RBIs, team leader in that category. Would love to get a couple here. Here's the pitch. Stings one to left. That's going to be extra bases. Jaren's getting on her horse, being waved. Now she's going to be stopped, but a double puts 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. And that'll bring in Caitlin Ochtemeyer. So Ochtemeyer, as now there's a conference on the mound. And that ball was smoked off of the bat of Schlosser. Honestly, think if it had been a little, not hit quite as hard, it wouldn't have got to the fence as quick, and the left fielder wouldn't have got there. You might have had a run there, but that ball was just absolutely barreled up to the left field fence. So now the mound visit is being broken up by the man in blue. No changes are being made. Again, not sure if we can hear any pops coming from the bullpen to our left. So it looks like Hips will be the one to try and get Clarion through this cloudy patch. So that'll bring up Ochtemeyer. So Ochtemeyer gave up a run as a pitcher in her short stint. See if she can get one back by way of batting. First pitch, low and inside for a ball. Ochtemeyer with Hollerich on deck. Ochtemeyer swings through that fastball for a strike. Trying to hit that ball into the future, I think. A healthy cut. Here's the 1-1. Almost takes out interim coach Yancic in the third base coaching box. A hard hit strike number 2. 1-2 count. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. Off speed on the outside. Good job of holding up. As Hips was trying to get Ochtemeyer off balance and outside. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Right back through the middle. It gets in. 1 run comes through. The brakes are put on, but the Vulcans get another one back. Make it 6-4. Caitlin Ochtemeyer with an RBI.
Now batting number 18, Jenna.
And that'll bring up Jenna Hollerich. And I thought off the bat that was going to score 2, but center fielder for Clarion, Valencia, came up on that ball pretty quick and never want to make an out at home. So California has runners on the corners. Bunt attempt, strike. Runner will go to second base on the steal. So now California within a base hit. You would think of tying this ball game up here. Trailing by 2. Swung on, popped up into shallow left, coming on, dropped. It's the second one we've seen drop. Throw to the plate, and the Vulcans will get another run as that ball was lost in the sun, and California gets to within one, 6-5. And that will bring up the local product, Kira Davis. As I'm trying to get the errors and hits correct, looks like California 5 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. Clarion 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. So Davis now runners on first and second. First pitch swinging, lifts one to deep left, going back, looking at it, and that ball is off the fence. 1 run's going to come through, moving around, throw to third to cut off the advance for Davis, but a 2-run double for Kira Davis. The Vulcans have taken a lead 7-5.
Now batting for California, number 36, Alexa.
And I tell you what, I called it whenever California made that difficult double play. The defense has led to offense. It looks like there's going to be a change here for the Golden Eagles. This looks like moving out to the circle, number 26, Angela Pepe. So Pepe will come in, the right-handed pitcher for Clarion. So California doing a great job of fighting. Gave up 5 runs in the top of the first. Have responded with 5 runs in the bottom of the third, and still nobody out. Runner on second, and then I'm not sure Davis missed that home run by more than a few feet. That ball was pounded into left field off the fence. We've already seen 2 home runs here in this contest, 1 from each team. Alexa Daniels for the Vulcans will be the first batter to greet Pepe. So 7-6, Vulcans leading, 7 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. 6 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. So Daniel stepping in against Pepe. First pitch. Fastball for a strike. So I believe Pepe might be the first pitcher for either side today to throw a strike on their inaugural pitch of the game. Here's the 0-1. Nice pitch. Took something off of that and gets ahead of Daniels. 0-2. In the on-deck circle is Carlina Fiorelli. It seems has been up in every half inning for the Vulcans today. Here's the 0-2. Ball inside. Good eye by Daniels. So here comes the 1-2. Ball 2 just misses on the inside. Tough take for a batter, but didn't swing and got the call, so evens the count at 2 apiece. Here's the 2-2. Slap towards third. This is going to be a tough play. Picks it up, throws, gets it. Runner is going to advance, but good job on the hard charge by Davidson. Never know if that ball is going to come up or stay down on that charge. But that'll bring up Fiorelli. So Fiorelli now has a chance to get another run. There's the strike. Fiorelli stepping back in. So Pepe coming out of the pen, throwing strikes. getting it out. Here's the 0-1. Taken on the outside for a strike 2. So Pepe had 0-2 for the first 2 batters she's faced. Runner on third is Davis for the Vulcans. Love for California to get one more run here in this inning because I don't think the final score will be 7-6. Fiorelli towards short. Be taken up, thrown, but that'll be enough to get a run home. So the sacrifice or fielder's choice, whatever you want to call it, will result in an out. And that'll bring up Brianna Sursevic. So 2 outs, scores 8-6. Sursevic stepping in. So Fiorelli doing a good job of getting that ball to the middle of the infield. Really nowhere for Buchleitner to go other than first. Pitch low for a ball. 6 runs here in the bottom of the third for California. Looked bleak early, but California fighting. So Pepe behind 2-0 here. First batter she's trailed significantly since she came in a few batters ago. Pitch catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. 2-1's the count. 2-1 now from Pepe. Ground ball to short, ranging over, throwing and making the out. But not before the Vulcans score 6. So after 3 full here at Lilly Field, the Vulcans take the lead by the score of 8-6. So we'll be back after these messages. You're watching Vulcan Softball right here on CTV Sports 1, the PSAC Digital Network, and CTV Cablecast.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilly Field. It would help if I pulled my microphone down, but between innings there, noticed that the Clarion team had a little conference outside of their dugout. Definitely want to try and stop the damages. They got off to a 5-run lead, and then California coming back like gangbusters. And they'll bring up Alexis Valencia, the leadoff batter for Clarion, both in the game and the inning. As I'm joined down here in Media Row by my good friend James Anderson, who did some camera one. Now he's going to keep doing highlights for me. I look over, he has a good bit of highlights, and he drew a picture of a kitty cat on the notepad. So there's a ground ball, throw to first, and a quick 6-3. Good job by Hollerich getting over to make the out. And that'll bring up the #2 hitter, Jordy Best. So Taylor Babcock in release, third pitcher for the Vulcans, has done a great job of keeping the ship righted and keeping the Vulcans in this game. First pitch ball. Best, the catcher, been very active behind the plate as a waft of wind hits us here underneath the tent. Here's the 1-0. Taken inside for a ball. Just misses on the inside. See there on the camera shot that looks like most of the pitching circle and batters boxes are covered in the shadow, so it should help everybody. Nice pitch on the outside for a strike. Still going to be a little bit of an issue for probably the center fielder. as we're getting to the part of the day where the sun starts going down over western PA. Ball 3. Let's see a good shot there. You can see the shadows. Here's a 3-1 for a ball. So the Golden Eagles get a leadoff runner on a one-out runner on, and that'll bring up Emily Buchlittner, the shortstop. Been very impressive so far with her fielding and her batting, but done a good job at shortstop. She's going to square to bunt. Now pulls it back, takes a strike. 2-run game. Clarion trying to get that 1 run, although, again, I still don't think the final score is going to be 8-6 at all. I think there's going to be more offense. Both teams coming into this game with team ERAs north of 6. So Buchleitner falls behind 0-2 to Babcock. Here's the 0-2. Good job of McCutcheon to corral that in. That was high and heading up towards the press box. Good waste pitch though. Only 1-2 now. Babcock 1-2. Ground ball to short. Kind of corralled there, handcuffed Hollerich, but a good job of getting the play and getting it over to Ochtemeyer. So that'll be the second out. Again, Hollerich just doing a good job of not panicking, just getting that and getting it over to the second baseman covering. So ball 1. Kind of an in-between hop for her as well. Hard to get an idea where I'm sitting how deep they're playing. Foul ball right off the microphone. Second time that's happened, by the way. They build them tough, so. So 1-1 pitch for Babcock. Steal attempt, throw down. Stolen base. McCutcheon, a good throw, but a better jump for the runner at first. Now Clarion has a runner at second. 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. High fly ball lifted to left, going back. Looking up, and it gets over the head. That's going to be at least 1 run. And it's going to be a triple as that ball was hammered to left center field, and a run-scoring triple. And Clarion gets back to within 1. As Davidson, a dangerous batter, almost tied that game up with 1 swing. Valiant effort by Fiorelli. Gets to the track, falls down. I hope she's okay. She stayed down for a little bit, but I don't know if that was because she was hurt or she was trying to stay out of the way of the throw from the center fielder. Either way, it's a 1-run game once again. And that'll be a strike. Desi Allen, we know, is a dangerous hitter. Already cleared the fence once here for the Golden Eagles. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit to center, going back. This is going to be over the head, and that's going to tie the game up. Desi Allen hustling to get to second in a game-tying double. As Desi Allen to right center field ties this up, and then again, I said it. Both teams are going to have more runs. And that'll bring up Haley Remy. First pitch swinging to right field, going back, making the catch. So all the danger is averted, but not before the Golden Eagles get 2. So we have a second. Let's take a look at something happening on campus this upcoming week. Next week, California Theater Department will present a new adaptation of A Midsummer Night's Dream. It'll be on Thursday, April 10th at 7 p.m., Friday, April 11th at 7 p.m., Saturday, April 12th at 2 and 7 p.m. Our good friend John Sape, who normally would be occupying this seat, is in the play. So I encourage you to go see him and all of his friends. Our good friend Brian Karpinski is also in it. He's done some camera work for us as well this season, and a whole host of other people in the theater department does a tremendous job with their performances. Show will be in the Blaney Theater, so a very intimate setting to see a play, especially a Shakespeare play. So like I said, go out and see it, get your tickets early, get your tickets often. Just don't go see it once, see it 2 or 3 times, take a couple friends, but don't do it before this game's over, because A, that'd be impossible, and B, that'd be rude.
Now batting for California.
And that'll bring up Amara McCutcheon. And McCutcheon, number 3 hitter. So you have the middle of the order for the Vulcans: McCutcheon, Jaron, and Schlosser. Bottom of the 4th, whole new ball game, 8-8. 8 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Clarion. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 errors for the Vulcans. McCutcheon spits on the off-speed pitch on the inside. Here's the 1-0. Another off-speed that McCutcheon puts back to the other side of the backstop. Thankfully not anywhere near a microphone. Evens the count at 1. Check swing. Just hits her bat, and that'll be a foul. Kind of delayed reaction from everybody. McCutcheon just kind of stuck her hands out, and ball found it. So 1-2. Pepe's pitch. Hit right at the shortstop, taken and out. Buckleitner once again. Dueling shortstops today, as there's been some fine play for both shortstops. And that'll bring up Michaela Jaron, a freshman cleanup hitter for the Vulcans. And it's been a game of momentum shifts, as Clarion had all the momentum early, then California had all the momentum and pitched to the almost to the backstop for a ball. Clarion has kind of retaken a little bit of it and tying the score up at 8. Pepe's 1-0 to Jaron. Here's the pitch. Taken outside for a ball. And here's the 2-0. 3-0. So Pepe, I think, got a little bit mixed up in her signals as she gave a little "that's on me" to Best, the backstop. 3-0. Don't think Jaron's going to get anything to hit here. And indeed she doesn't. That'll be a walk. 3-0 pitch to the middle of the order is a recipe to get a coach fired, so it does bring up Schlosser. The number 5 hitter has some power, but if you're Clarion, I think you just decide to try and live another day. So fresh count to Schlosser. Pepe's first pitch. High for a ball. So I look into the Clarion dugout, and everyone's bundled up like it's the Battle of Hoth in Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Schlosser hits one high, deep, off, gone. That ball was over. I thought that ball hit off the fence, but that is gone, and a 2-run home run for Michaela Schlosser, and the Vulcans retake a 2-run lead. And I don't know if that ball had enough height off the bat and it got out of here high enough and quick enough, and the Vulcans retake a 2-run lead. So Michaela Schlosser hitting a laser beam.
At bat for California.
And that'll bring up
5, Caitlin
Ochtemeyer. The ball comes back in. So Ochtemeyer stepping back in. So Schlosser with a 1-0 fastball delivered and deposited almost to my car in left field. Pepe's next pitch is a strike. So 18 combined runs here in almost four innings. 3 1/3. Ball one. Someone is getting a phone call to the William Tell Overture. 1-1 pitch. Right on the corner for a strike. So Ochtemeyer has played second, pitched, and back at second. Here's the pitch. Hits one towards short. This is going to be a tough play. Throw over, and no way that she was going to be out, as that ball was not hit hard enough, and it was hit just to the left. The only chance that ball would have been an out is if the third baseman, Davison, could have got to it. So that brings up Jenna Hollerich. First pitch hit towards right field, and that will be a base hit. Kind of fumbled on a little bit, but no advance. So the Vulcans starting to swing the lumber, the fake lumber, if it will. That'll bring up 21, Kira Davis. And Kira Davis, we've already seen get one to the fence. And Davis turns on one. Hit that about 220 feet, but over the left field foul pole. About 30 feet left of the foul pole, so long strike. She straightens that out. That's going to clear any part of this ballpark. 0-1 pitch. Nice off-speed pitch. Davis was not fooled. Pepe was trying to get her on a fishing expedition. 1-1 count. Catches the outside for a strike. So Pepe getting ahead. Ten runs, 10 hits, 1 errors for the Vulcans, and may not be done. Runners on first and second to Davis. 1-2. Bounced in there. Best doing a good job of keeping any runners from advancing. The 2-2. Outside for a ball. Full count now. On deck is Alexa Daniels, and then the lineup turns back around to Carlina Fiorelli. Payoff pitch. Swung on, hit almost in the exact spot she hit that foul a few seconds ago. Again, straighten that out, and that is going to be a 3-run home run. A lot of power from her. As is, we just redo it. 3-2 pitch, payoff. Ground ball to the shortstop, over to second, turn to first. Not enough time, so the runner would advance to second, or from second to third. Runner will go to first, so. And that'll bring up Alexa Daniels. Ball ball wasn't hit quite hard enough to have a chance at a double play again. As we said before, those are rare. But Daniels now trying to sneak something through. Takes the ball high. A 1-0 count here as we move deeper into this game. Strike on the outside. So 1-1, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Fly, a little pop foul to the right. Going to get out of play. That's going to be 1-2 now, 2 outs. Slapped up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Oh, little glove flip. Web gem ends the inning. Put a star next to that for Caitlin O'Horo, but not before the Vulcans get back on top 10-8. So after 4 full here from Lilyfield, the Vulcans lead 10-6. We'll be right back. You're watching Vulcan softball right here on the PSAC Digital Network, CUTV Sports 1, and the CUTV Cablecast Family Networks.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilyfield, where the Vulcans lead 10-8. As James Anderson has added another cat to the scorebook that he's drawn for me. So I'll have fun editing these highlights tomorrow, I'm sure. Won't be in very early, won't lie to you. A long day here at Lilyfield. Game's supposed to start at 2:30. Push back to 4 and 6. First pitch taken for the ball. First batter up for Clarion is number 7, Brooke Dobson. So bottom 3 batters here in the lineup for Clarion. Ball 2. Here's the 2-0. Ball low. Dobson ahead in the count, 3-0. Dobson gets one over for a strike. Excuse me, Babcock, not Dobson. I apologize, I've been saying Dobson for a while. I don't know why. Oh, Brooke Dobson's on play. I've been outside, and it's been cold, and there's a walk for Dobson from the arm of Babcock. And now the tying run comes to the plate for the Golden Eagles in the form of number 9, Annika Smith.
Number 9, Annika Smith.
So now a little bit of traffic to worry about for the Vulcan defense. Bunt attempt. Ball, McCutcheon came up throwing, but no chance to go anywhere with it. One-0 pitch. Bunt fouled back towards the netting. Evens the count at 1 apiece. One count. Runner on first. Nice pitch, catches the outside part of the plate. And Babcock goes ahead 1-2. Timeout called by Babcock. I think she wants the signals reiterated to her from McCutcheon, the backstop. Here's the 1-2. Change up on the outside. Easy take for Annika Smith. Two-two pitch now. No outs here in the top of the fifth. Hit high to right field. Under it. And for the out. Daniels getting under it. Allowed out number 1. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Catherine O'Horo. So O'Horo, the number 9 batter in the order. Good job by Daniels to circle under that. Throw back down after the ball, nothing doing. So count goes to 1-0. Nice pitch right down the heart, so evens the count at 1 apiece. Good job by McCutcheon keeping that from hitting the backstop. 2-1's the count. See the lights starting to take full effect here at Lilly Field. Taken outside, 3-1. So stop me if you heard this before. 3-ball count to a batter here in game number 2. Fouled out of play. Runs the count to full. O'Horo kind of shaking her hands. That stung her a little bit. Inside pitch right off the hands. Cool evening, you're going to feel that. Full count. Here's the pitch. And another ball. So that puts 2 batters on, or 2 runners on. Alexis Valencia back at the top of the order. There's a pitch high, gets away from McCutcheon. Both runners will advance. So the wheels they're not off right now, but they could use a little lug nut tightening. Is 2-run lead with 2 runners in scoring position. Not a good feeling if you're a Vulcan fan here. 1-0 count. Slapped foul and out of play. And honestly, could be a good thing that neither Vulcan was able to make a play, because had it been caught, I think you would have seen a tag attempt, because I don't think either player would have been able to whip and turn and throw it on a dime to home. So 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Slap back at the pitcher. Oh, Clarion I don't know what happened there. Clarion, I thought, would have been running on contact. Was not. The Vulcans benefit from that. And that'll bring up Jordan Best. So California dodging a bullet. Babcock did a great job of fielding that play, but did not look the runner back, and the runner went back on her own volition. Now Babcock, a little bit of momentum herself, has got that fielding play and gets a strike for her troubles. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short, taken by Hollerich. Throw to first. And the Vulcans dodge a bullet right there. So 2 good defensive plays, and the Vulcans maintain their 2-run lead. As we're going to take a look at something near and dear to our heart, CUTV YouTube page. So scan that QR code, become a member of our YouTube family, and that way you can get notifications of when games are live, when new videos are updated, anything like that. Full live games, highlights, short films, some CUTV classics from the vault are on there. Go around there, poke around, take a look, have some fun. Also, be sure to follow our good friends at KyleVulcans.com. To this, as Matt Kiefer comes out of the booth to the strains of the Ultimate Warrior. And now he goes back up to stat the rest of the game. But our good friend Matt and his staff doing a good job statting everything and keeping all of Vulcan Nation informed, whether at home or abroad. So go to Kyle Vulcans everywhere you love social media and become a Matthew Maniac. As we move here into the bottom of the 5th inning, California leading by 2. Top of the order with Fiorelli, Sursevic, and McCutcheon.
Batting for California, number 4, Carlina Fiorelli.
And Fiorelli, again, believe she has been at bat every inning. That groan you heard was me moving my knees for the first time in about 5 innings. So Fiorelli leading off. Swing and a miss. Pepe brought the heat that time. You can see the Clarion bus creeping into the shot behind me. No curfew here. We'll go until it goes. Ball outside. Well, there was a incident the other day in D1 baseball on the getaway day on Sunday. The coaches can sometimes, or the umpires, all three of them can set a curfew when an inning can't start after. I'll finish that after this pitch. 2-1 to Fiorelli. Slapped into center. Has some trouble in the center fielder. Fiorelli's going to get extra bases. Hustling to second, and she will pull in with a lead-off double. So Carlina Fiorelli
Next at bat for California, number 14, Brianna
getting one to the fence. And Sursevic will have a chance for an RBI. But I believe it was Texas A&M and Kansas or Kentucky. Maybe Kentucky. Maybe Kansas. I don't know. Could have been Kansas State. I believe the curfew was supposed to be enacted at 4:30, so no inning could start after that. And there was some shenanigans going on where delays were happening. And if you get a chance, look it up. So Sursevic takes first pitch strike. California love to get one more insurance run here. I think a 3-run lead feels a lot better than 2 in the way this game has gone. Ball low. Here's the 1-1. And that's going to be right up the middle. And they're going to hold up Fiorelli's. That ball was hit a little too hard. Got out to center field rather quickly, but that brings up Amara McCutcheon. There's going to be a meeting at the mound right now. So now we're at 12 hits. Again, with nobody out, I think that's maybe a good idea to hold Fiorelli at third, especially with McCutcheon coming up. Well, that ball was smacked into center field, so would have been a play at the plate, but give one of your best power players or power hitters to do some damage here. So now the man in blue will break up the meeting in the circle. So Amara McCutcheon will get a chance here to do some damage in the bottom of the 5th. So McCutcheon stepping back in. Here's the pitch. Backs her off for a ball. So you got McCutcheon, Jaron, and Schlosser. 3 powerful bats coming up for the Vulcans here with nobody out and 2 ducks on the pond. Here's the 1-0. Another one. Steal attempt. Throw. And safe. Much disagreement from the Clarion second baseman, but I think the tag might have been a little too high on Srcevic. So now even more danger for the Golden Eagle faithfuls. It's 2-0 count to McCutcheon. Swing and a miss. Little off speed dip pitch. So McCutcheon stepping back in. Another swing and a miss. And not a bad seat in the house here at Lilly Field, as you can see above the pitcher in the bus driver for Clarion. So you can just sit anywhere here at Lilly Field. It's a beautiful night. Come out and have some fun. 2-2 pitch to McCutcheon. Off speed. And I thought maybe the ump was going to ring her up, but just misses low. Think it was over the plate, but just low. So now 3-2. Here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled. So McCutcheon stepping back in. Having a chance to do some real damage here in game number 2. Looking for maybe a knockout blow against the Golden Eagles. Here it is, 3-2. Another foul ball directly into the spot right in front of home plate. Payoff pitch once again. And McCutcheon just absolutely hammered that ball, but it's going to be foul. But McCutcheon did not get shortchanged on that. It was just a long do-over for the Vulcan catcher. Another payoff pitch. And just through the hole, 1-run scores, a RBI single for Amara McCutcheon. The Vulcans lead by 3 now, 11-8. And that'll bring up Michaela Schlosser. Excuse me, Michaela Jaron. Got my Michaelas mixed up there. So runners on first and third, nobody out. 1 run already home for the Vulcans. Here's the pitch high for a ball. As we move past 7:30 here on the East Coast. This time is called for and granted. Here's the 1-0. Nice pitch. Jaron, I think, really wanted to take a whack at that, but thought the better of it. So 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fouled right back in our direction for a strike. So 1-2 is the count. No outs here, bottom of 5. Pepe's pitch. Slapped once again in the 5-5 hole. Another run will come home. And the Vulcans extend the lead to 12-8. So Michaela Jaron will now bring up Michaela Schlosser. So Schlosser, 2 big runs out there, 4-run lead for California. Pepe in relief is starting to wear down just a little bit when she came in. She was firing strikes, but now been laboring a little bit the last 4 or 5 batters. 1-0 count to Schlosser. Here's the pitch. Off speed outside, ball 2. Again, go to Cal Vulcans for all your athletic needs this weekend. Full slate of activities. 2-0 pitch. Stung into right field, going back to the wall. Not caught. Or she did catch it. Web jam by the right fielder. Couldn't tell if she caught it or not. And that'll bring a Caitlin Ochtemeyer again. Where we're sitting, it's hard to see anything that goes to the right of first base, but a leaping grab by the right fielder, Annika Smith. So 1 out here, runners on second and third now. Ochtemeyer takes a strike. So 0-1 now to Ochtemeyer. Right back up the middle. 1 run's going to score. And they're going to hold the runner at third. So Ochtemeyer with a RBI single. Runners at first and third make it a lucky 13-8 for the Vulcans. Then I'll bring up number 18, Jenna Hollerich. And I believe this could be it for Pepe. As there's another mound visit. The manager is not out there yet, but players are kind of taking care of themselves, so I might have been a little premature in saying there was going to be a change. As you can see in the background, the on-deck batter playing with I believe that is a Labradoodle puppy. To my right, your left. You can see him. There's a good boy behind the fence. I believe that's one of only 3 dogs I've seen today. Usually see 4 or 5 more, but not a dog day afternoon here at Lilyfield, unfortunately. So now at bat will be Hollerich. Already 3 runs in here in the inning. Everyone was ready. The umpire was not. Puts his mask back on. Well, here's the 0-0. High for a ball.
I knew somebody was warm out.
1-0 count. Bunt attempt taken for a strike. And Bess was looking around to somewhere to throw, but no one was moving. So 1-1, 1 out. 3 already in. I sent my man on the street, James Anderson, to see if there was anybody warming up in the Clarion bullpen, and there is not. So Pepe apparently will be the Golden Eagle to take this across the finish line one way or the other for the Golden Eagles. Here's the 2-1. High for a ball. Hollerich will have a pure hitter's count right now, 3-1. I know in baseball you were taught look inside. Not sure if that's the same for softball, but let's see what happens. Doesn't matter. Be a ball 4. Bases are loaded for the local product, Kira Davis from Connellsville.
Now batting, number 21, Kira Davis.
And Kira Davis will step in, and we saw her hit one very far earlier in this game. But bases are full of Vulcans here. Kira fouls this over everything to our left. And again, her and McCutcheon have fouled about 700 feet of balls to the left here. A lot of power from those 2 Vulcan players. 0-1 now. Davis now towards short. through the hole. 1 run comes home. 2. This one's going to go to the fence. This might score 3. It will not. It scores 2. But Davis will get to second, and that will bring up Alexa Daniels. The ball kind of skittered under the outfielder.
Number 36, Alexa.
So it'll be 15-8 now, and there, I believe, will be a change. Number 30 will go out into the circle. Wrong graphic, or wrong sheet. Ashley DeWeese will go out into the circle for the Golden Eagles. So the second time we've seen DeWeese in this doubleheader. So
Clarion, number 30, Ashley DeWeese.
trying to stop the bleeding. 7-run deficit now for Clarion. California scoring 5 here in the bottom of the 5th. On runners on second and third. And DeWeese, don't know if she thought she would be getting back into this doubleheader as she pitched a long time ago, trying to get warm. The Vulcan bats, 13 runs in the last 3 innings. I said this about 4 o'clock. Watch out for runs in this doubleheader. Both teams surrender runs and both teams score runs. So we knew it would be exciting here from Lilyfield. So stepping in will be Alexa Daniels, number 9 hitter for the Vulcans. First pitch, high for a ball. Provided she doesn't hit into some bizarre double play, the lineup will flip over and we'll see Carlina Fiorelli again. Swing and a foul tip for a strike. And Daniels a little bit of a grin as I believe she was looking fastball and got off speed and is aware that she did. 1-1. Low, ball 2. 3 straight pitch, and Daniels having a good time chuckling. I don't know if she's chuckling with the man in blue or her teammates, but someone's having fun up there in the batter's box. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That looked like it had a little bit of down motion to it as DeWeese just pulled the string on that one. Evens the count at 2. Again, Fiorelli in the on-deck circle. So the 2-2. Strikeout looking. And that'll be the second out in the inning. And that'll bring up Carlina Fiorelli. And Fiorelli, again, not sure if she has actually been in the game every inning or if she has only been in 4 of the 5 innings. So here's the 0-2 or the 2-out pitch, taken outside for a ball. Ball 2 on the outside. On the on-deck circle is Brianna Sersevic, who has hit the ball very, very hard every time up. So the 2-0 in the dirt. Pure hitters count to a very capable hitter in the senior Carlina Fiorelli. James Anderson has drawn another cat and I believe a mouse on my notepad, so maybe we'll publish that later on the week on CUTV Sports 1. Here's the 3-0. Taking all the way for a strike. So Fiorelli stepping back in, hitters count 3-1. And that'll be a ball 4, so Sersevic now with 2 outs has a chance to do some real damage.
Now
facing a new pitcher.
14, Brianna Sersevic.
And the lights have taken full effect here. No, it looks probably a little bit brighter on our screen than it does in real life. So Srcevic takes a strike on the outside part of the plate, falls behind 0-1. Oh-1 pitch. Swung on, taken to the shortstop, throw to second in time, and that'll win the inning, but not before the Vulcans score 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th, and we'll go into the top of the 6th with the lead of 15-8. You're watching Vulcan softball right here on CUTV Sports 1, PSAC Digital Network, and the CUTV family of networks.
Sports fans, we cheer on our favorite teams at fields, gyms, arenas, and stadiums. But have you ever wondered what it's like to be a referee? Verbal abuse from fans, parents, and coaches is the #1 reason why many referees are walking away. And they're not being replaced quickly enough by new ones. So put yourself in the official shoes, act with respect, and be officially human.
And welcome back to Lilly Field for the top of the 6th here. California, that is not a misprint. 15 runs here on 15 hits, 1 error, 8 runs, 7 hits, and I just looked up 3 errors for the Clarion Golden Eagles, so I added that. Still in the circle for the Vulcans will be Taylor Babcock. As McCutcheon throws down, and that'll bring up the leadoff batter for the Golden Eagles up. I believe that should be their shortstop, Buchlittner, the shortstop. So if you're a baseball or softball fan, you know one of the greatest things in the world after a big inning is if you can get out there and go 1, 2, 3 and get those bats back up. First pitch taken on the outside for a strike, right on the black. Oh, 1 pitch. Swung on, taken by Jaron. Jaron 5-3 for the first out. Good job there by Michaela Jaron. Fielding her position well, and the first out. That'll bring up number 22, Delaney Davison. Again, like I said in the first game, when you get to this point in the 6th, if you're California, the middle part of the order has been the problem for them. Buchleitner, Davison, and Allen. If you can get by this trio, you got to really feel good about your chances. I mean, also with a 7-run lead and a first pitch swinging strike. So the 0-1. Nice strike on the outside part of the plate. So Davidson falls behind 0-2. And if you're watching on CUTV Cablecast or CUTV Networks, there's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. It's going to drop, throw, and that completes the strikeout. We're going to lose our TV time the way I have to code it in at 8 o'clock, but the game will still continue on
Now at bat number 23, Desi Allen.
CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. That's why you should always have a TV, a tablet, and a phone on all 3 forms that you can watch CUTV on. Just good advice. First pitch outside for a ball. .0 on the outside. Allen takes a strike, and Desi Allen in a home run earlier in this game. It feels like it was 3 or 4 days ago since that was in bright sunshine, and now we're at a little bit of dark. But trust me, that was in the first inning of this game. And a nice strike there. Excuse me, that was not a strike, it was a ball. So 2-1 is the count. ball. So Babcock falls behind 3-1. And that will be a walk. So California's Babcock not messing around with the power of Allen.
Batting for Clarion, number 14, Haley Remy.
They'll bring up Remy. Don't want to give Clarion any momentum, so suffer a death by 1,000 cuts, then allowing Allen to take a big rip and give any kind of hope to the Golden Eagles. Here's the pitch. Too high for a ball. Gets away. So Ochtemeyer having to back it up. She is chuckling. She's had a heck of an afternoon. She started at second, pitched to 2 batters, got 1 out, gave up a run, or credited with a run, rather. There's a ball outside. Went back to seconds, had a bunch of RBIs. And if she hasn't, I'm just guessing since it's 15 runs for California, but here's the pitch. Ball 3, so Babcock struggling now with a 7-run lead and a quick 2 outs here. Walked Allen and now trying to not walk Remy. Pitch hits her. So Remy will take a bruise of honor and will go down to first. And that'll bring up Brooke Dobson. So I believe there's going to be a pinch runner going out to first base. Looks like number 27 for Clarion, Melina Serrano.
Clarion pinch running for 14, number 27, Melina Serrano.
So 7-run lead for the Vulcans. Two quick outs here in the top of the 6th, but Babcock walking 2 straight.
Now batting for Clarion, number 7, Brooke Dobson.
So first pitch to Dobson. High, gets to the backdrop. Both runners will advance. So Dobson stepping back in. Here's the 1-0, make it 2-0, so struggling a little bit is Babcock. Here's the 2-0, high and away, ball 3. So Babcock in danger of walking the bases loaded after going 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th, and now timeout to try and settle down her charge. So it's just a 3-person conversation between Yanchik and McCutcheon. Trying to figure out the technique to bring this into the barn. Should Dobson get on, that'll bring up Annika Smith, who made a web gem into right field. .30 count. Runners on second and third. Ball 4. So after 2 quick outs, 16 of the past pitches have been balls, and
Number 9, Annika Smith.
Annika Smith has a chance to get Clarion right back into this game. So I believe Smith probably will be taking, and she will, with the ball. 17 balls since the second out of the inning. 2. Actually, I think that's too high. So 4, 8, 12, and 2, 14. 14 balls since the second out of the inning. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3. So the 3-0 pitch to Smith. And there's a strike. And I was going to say, if Annika Smith was swinging at that pitch, I would be shocked. So Smith still has a hitter's count. 3-1. Swinging, and that's going to get into the gap. That's going to score some runs. Gets to the wall. 1 run comes in. 2 runs come in. 3 runs come in. So a 3-run double for Annika Smith. And the Golden Eagles are right back into this after the Vulcans got 2 quick outs. It's 15-11. So Annika Smith on a 3-1 count deposits one into right center. Looks like we might have another change here. The man in blue talking to the Clarion head coach. Got a pinch hitter now. Is number 12, Avery Bellish, will come in, the freshman infielder. "26 runs here in game number 2. There's the first pitch, ball outside. Clarion 11 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors. California 15 runs, 15 hits, 1 error. Here's the 1-0. Almost to the backstop. McCutcheon saves an advance, so 2-0. Babcock goes behind the circle to try and regroup. Here's the 2-0. Drilled to first, and what a play there by the first baseman, Michaela Schlosser, and that ends it in emphatic fashion. The Golden Eagles get 3, but Schlosser with a web gem maintains the Vulcans' lead. So while we have a chance, we're going to take a look at one more graphic here. It's for a game our good friend. Actually, I'm going to let my good friend James Anderson talk about on-deck baseball for a second.
All right, what can I say about on-deck baseball? It's a wonderful card and dice game. You can make your own leagues with it. You can build your own brackets. Going back through the history of baseball, highly recommended. Join the Facebook community while you're at it, on Deck Baseball community. Now I'm going to hand this back off to Gary Smith, and let's get back to the action, shall we?
Thank you, James, for allowing me to get a sip of my frosty beverage.
Number 33, Amara.
And that'll bring up Amar McCutcheon. And McCutcheon, cleanup hitter, excuse me, the 3-hole hitter for the Vulcans. California head by 4, 15-11. First pitch swinging will be deposited into left field for a single. So McCutcheon trying to get some of those runs back right here, and that'll bring up Schlosser. Excuse me, Jaron. Again, I got my Michaela's mixed up because the sun has gone down and it's getting harder to see my score sheet. Jaron takes first pitch inside for a ball. Here's the pitch, high and outside, ball 2. So 2-0 count, runner on first for the Vulcans. Strike over the middle for the first strike, 2-1 count. Schlosser on deck. And ball. So hitters count for Jaron. Here's the 3-1. Stung to right field, gets through, base hit. 18th hit of the game for the Vulcans. That'll bring up now Michaela Schlosser. I wasn't lying to everybody. She eventually was going to come up, and now she does. So the umpire asking for some more softballs is had a number hit into the weeds and a number have been deposited out of the ballpark. So I think he has the full complement he needs right now. We're back to action. Pitch gets the backstop. Both runners will advance. That'll be a ball. It's going to Ashley DeWeese, the pitcher for Clarion, coming in relief. I've lost track of how many relief pitchers we have had. It's been a lot between the two teams in game 2. Ball 2. I'm a little worried about the Clarion bus getting home as it's been idling for about 4 innings, which has been about 2 hours. But it's probably very warm in there, so point Clarion bus. 2-1 count. Foul ball right off the ankle, and that's not going to feel good on a night like this. He's going to try and walk it off. Simple. Give her a little bit of time to regroup with the cleaning of the plate. It's always interesting when you do a game at a facility that has turf and you see the umpire do that. It's just a sign that the umpire's trying to give the player a little bit of time to regroup. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and foul. Interim head coach Nikki Yancek did not move. See runners on second and third. See some, not sure if that's stars in the sky or just the angle of the lights hitting the netting. Either way, beautiful night in Western PA, overlooking California. Technically, the Lily Field resides in Brownsville, PA, so we're going to say that. Shot right back up the middle. That's going to score 1. And that's going to score 2. They're going to send the runner home. And upstanding, so a 2-run single for Schlosser, and the Vulcans lead 17-11.
California number 5, Caitlin Ochtemeyer.
And that'll bring up Caitlin Ochtemeyer. Pitch catches the outside part of the plate. To Ochtemeyer. The runner on the pond, nobody out. Hits one deep to left, going back on it, looking up, and right in front of our camera, goes down. That might stop a run as the ball trickles in, but a double for Ochtemeyer. The 20th of the game for the Vulcans. And then the Vulcans have runners on second and third, and I thought that was going to come down right on our center field camera.
At bat for California, number 18, Jenna Hollerich.
And that'll bring up Hollerich. So now there's a meeting at the mound between battery mates. So the man in blue comes out and gets things ready for play as Hollerich Steps back in. So runners on second and third. First pitch ball. Nobody out. Kier Davis on deck for the Vulcans. Nice pitch. Catches the outside part of the plate for a strike. Here's the 1-1. High ball 2. Here's the 2-1. Hit out to the first baseman in foul territory, but that'll be an out. And that'll bring up.
Now batting for California, number 21, Kira Davis.
And that'll bring up Kira Davis. And if Davis, again, if she doesn't do something weird with a double play with only one out, that'll bring up Alexa Daniels. So Davis takes it high and outside for a ball. So 1-0 count. Nice pitch. Just catches the inside part of the plate. A little keyhole action as it goes right underneath the hands. Again, that's a dangerous pitch. As if someone's looking for it in that location, it can be hit very far, but if you're not, it can be just a painless strike. Same thing. I thought Kira Davis was going to pull the trigger there, but again, just catches the inside part. She falls behind Deweese, 1-2. The 1-2. Taken outside, ball 2. Now we're going to have dueling buses here at Lily Field as the Vulcan Flyer is going to pull up. A game of chicken will develop between that and the Clarion bus. Davis fouls one sharply just to the left of the third base line. Not sure how this will play out. If your team Vulcan Flyer, text us at CUTV_PA. If your team Clarion bus, text us that at CUTV_PA. Or tweet us. Or X us, whatever you kids call it now. 2-2. Ball 3. I mean, the Clarion bus is bigger, but I know for a fact the Vulcan Flyer has seen some stuff, so I'm going to take the Vulcan Flyer. 3-2 pitch. Left field, base hit, extra bases, 2 runs will come in. And that's a RBI double. And I believe that will walk it off with the run rule, maybe? Maybe not. I don't know. Everyone's coming out. And it looks like it will. So the final score here after a long and cold afternoon will be the California Vulcans 19, the Clarion Golden Eagles 11. So the California Vulcans get a split. Excuse me, a sweep, not a split. They sweep the Clarion Golden Eagles here. So thanks for joining us. It's been a long afternoon, but a pleasure to bring it to you. Check out CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network, see what we have coming up. We have the Hall of Fame this weekend, so I believe this will be our lone coverage for the week. But we'll be back at it covering Vulcan Athletics next week. So for James Anderson and my friend Hunter Garman. Hunter Garman, you've been watching Vulcan softball right here on CUTV Sports 1 and the PSAC Digital Network. Good night, everybody.